Hey, what's going on? It's Sean Solo 8, and today I'll be going over another Masters of the Universe action figure review. Today we've got Trapjaw. He's evil and armed for combat, and this is new for 2020, even though the first time most people have seen him was 2021. It says modern retro posing. In package, he looks pretty sweet. He's going to look really good with the rest of the villains. You can see he looks awesome, just like he did in the 80s. I actually used to have this figure, but I have no idea where he is now. You can see the rest of his accessories there on the back. This is the current wave that he comes in. I do have Orko. I'm still hunting down Scareglow. I'm probably going to pass on Manny Faces because with Star Wars, the Vintage Collection and the Black Series, it's just way too much. There is the top of the package. If you want to pause and read that, feel free to do so. So without further ado, let's open up Trapjaw and let's take a closer look. Boom! Trapjaw's out of his package, and this figure is awesome, just like he looked in the 80s. Really stoked to be adding this to my collection. He does come with this same Orko comic that I got in my Orko action figure. So if you guys want to check out that comic, go ahead and check out my Orko video. I do show a close-up on that. You can see his accessories actually fit into his belt. How cool is that? I don't remember that part as a kid. Let me know in the comments below if it's exactly the same. But without further ado, let me get him in another pose and let's take another look. And here's Trapjaw one more time with the gun in his hand this time, showing off a little bit of his articulation, but absolutely epic, man. Really loving this. And here's Trapjaw again with his other villains that I have in my collection so far. I do have Panther, and hopefully I'll be adding him, but the rest are pretty much heroes, except for Evil Lynn, which I haven't opened yet. I'm going to choose that on a rainy day, but this figure overall is sweet. Let me show you guys a close-up, but you can see the paint on his eyes has a nice shine in there, which looks really cool. Great articulation throughout. His mouth does open and close. It's really soft on there, but it does hold well, and you can choose which angles that you want it. The head is a little bit annoying for me because there isn't much articulation going on in the head at all, so it's kind of hard to get him to pose. I wonder why he has that little ring up on his head. Maybe it's to put the gun up on his head too, because these guns, they actually do remove, and you can see he's got some cool slots in his holster where you can place those at. But maybe if we detach one of his weapons, you can see it's just like it was from the 80s. Maybe it's designed to go into the top like that so he can be totally crazy, but no, that doesn't want to fit in there, guys. So that's not what that's for. You can see the hooks, they just simply pop out of his belt, and his belt is removable on the back, and of course you can just slide it in just like that. So overall, very fun figure, great for kids, that's for sure. Let's go over the rest of him. This arm right here, the detail in it looks really sweet, but it does just rotate 360. You can see this part right here is all molded to the body, so that isn't coming off. This arm, I wish it did articulate different directions, but yeah, it's a no-go in that department. But there is a nice hinge in there that bends up pretty high, and it does swivel, so you can definitely get some pretty cool pictures and poses. This arm does pop up pretty high too, but I wonder what this is all about here. Not too sure. He does have a swivel in the wrist, and that hinges up really high also. There's some nice green paint going on there. The hand does have a nice hinge in the wrist, so you can give him that I'm gonna destroy you look, which looks really cool. His belt is removable, and there is a nice swivel in the waist. His legs do the rest of the Masters of the Universe things. They're just on some pegs in there, and they articulate really well. The knees are on a hinge, which aren't too good on this figure, but there is a swivel in there too. His boots are hindered quite a bit, unlike the others, and there is a tiny rocker on the bottom too. You can see his pink underwear matches his pink helmet. He's got some green on the shins here. But I would highly recommend this figure if you're a MOTU collector. But that's Trapjaw. If you want to see any of the other Masters of the Universe figures on the channel, feel free to do so. And I will see you guys in the next video.